Hi, hello everyone. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to our channel IT Engineers 99, and please try to follow our channel at Telegram DevOps Dummies. And as part of our discussion, please welcome back to Unlock Jenkins Pipeline Secret Series 2. In this part, we are going to concentrate on the following topics, which is very big and lengthy. So I will try to deliver the entire series 2 into 2 or 3 parts of videos. Please try to follow in our YouTube channel. In this series 2, we are concentrating on what is a job in Jenkins, because most of the times without job you cannot define our workflow, you cannot automate. So we'll focus on what is a job in Jenkins. In this, we'll focus on what are the different types of jobs, especially freestyle, and there is a pipeline, multi-branch pipeline, multi-configuration, multi-branch pipeline, as well as we have a different types of uh, jobs like folders and GitHub organizations. But our concentration is not the remaining jobs, because we title with the Unlock Jenkins Pipeline Secrets. That's why we highly focusing on what is the pipeline, why we need a pipeline, and what are the different types of pipelines in the Jenkins, and especially what is a declarative pipeline, scripted pipeline. If I want to write down the declarative pipeline, what is my pipeline structure? How to start my pipeline block? What are the various conditions and various syntactical rules I have to follow while writing the pipeline block? Within the pipeline block, what are the various keywords are available, especially sections and directives and steps, and what is the use of sections, and how the directives will help us to configure our pipelines, what kind of actions we are going to execute as a DSL statements, and here DSL, and what are the different types of DSL like job DSL as well as a Jenkins pipeline DSL, and pipeline libraries and shared libraries, and what are the differences between all these things. Then once you get the foundation on the declarative pipeline, with the basic syntactical knowledge, we'll concentrate on how to create the pipeline job in the Jenkins. For that, I will take you to the Jenkins UI, and we'll create the Jenkins pipeline job. While creating the Jenkins pipeline job, I will show you what are the different ways you are going to start to create the pipeline. That is called pipeline definition. The pipeline definition, actually. The pipeline definition. So this pipeline definition is very important. There are two types of pipeline definitions. One is a pipeline script, and a pipeline script from SCM. So what is the differences? And if you write the pipeline script from SCM, what is that? What is the use of Jenkins file? How to write on the Jenkins file? How to create our own simple pipeline job, and how to build and test our pipeline job, and finally how to validate the pipeline job. So once you got the basic idea about the structure and understanding the key elements, then we are deeply dive into the bit more concepts like what is the architecture of the pipeline, how the pipeline architecture works, how the pipeline is going to interact with the various compilers and interpreters. Is it Jenkins is really focused on the compilers or interpreters? Then how these various languages, like if I deploy my Java-based application, how this compilers and interpreters works. If you come from the .NET, how it works out. If you come from the Node.js, how it works out. So first understand the pipeline architecture. Then pipeline is nothing but a collection of plugins, because as you define it, a series of stages which are going to automate your process, a series of stages which help us out to build, test, and deploy our applications. So that's why Jenkins is nothing but, as you know, that is a continuous integration and delivery and deployment. And in the continuous integration, the delivery, what are the various stages are there? Each and every stage is going to automate how, and what is the use of plugin, what are the different types of plugins you are downloading. Even people may not, just like they throw the words like I use a Docker plugin, I use a Jenkins plugin, sorry, I use the Kubernetes plugin, Ansible plugin, Git plugins, blah blah. But you need to understand the categories of the pipeline. As a professional, you have to speak first of all. That moment, how to categorize my pipelines, pipeline plugins, especially plugins, plugin architecture. What is extension of the pipelines, especially HPI and JPI, Hudson pluggable interfaces, Jenkins pluggable interfaces, and then we'll discuss the pipeline structure, what it contains. Because as you know, Jenkins is invented in 2004. It means 20 years back. This is a tool. So keep in mind, it's a more robust and lots of communities across the globe. If you keep your experience in Jenkins, you should not simply talk on the fly. You need to learn so many technical terms and vocabulary terms. You should understand the Jenkins tool architecture, tool behavior, tool understanding, configurations, settings, and various folder structures, how these folder structures are defined, and also Jenkins administration. Whether they ask or not, you should have some exposure, especially Groovy, and how to understand the Groovy integration, where to develop the Groovy script, what is the differences between a scripted and declarative pipeline. While writing the declarative pipeline, where you call the scripts, then how you define the script block. Within the script block, how you declare your variables, how you declare your constants, what is the global variables, what is the stage level variables, what are the script level variables, and also we'll focus on the how you define the complex conditional statements using if conditions and looping like a for and while, and what are the importance of the lists like collections and maps and that and closures, and what is use of arrays and strings. See, you should not simply note it down. You should not simply put the side headings. Like we need to dive into the various automation scenarios, right? So that's why there you need to integrate the Groovy with various DSL statements. Then DSL. What is a DSL? Domain specific language. What is a job DSL? What is a pipeline DSL? How you broadly classified into declarative and scripted and shared libraries and pipeline libraries. What is your approach when you're writing the pipelines? What are the different stages are there? Each and every stage, what you are going to automate. For example, Git. What you are going to work with the Git. So suppose I want to write a Groovy script to clone my code from multiple repositories. How you do it? And I want to understand the differences between a Git and checkout DSL statements, and how to download the code from various repositories. How can you confirm a particular repository is real exist or not? How to dynamically take the URL from the particular repositories. So that's why you should not simply use a Git and checkout. So each and every stage we are trying to invite the multiple scenarios and DSL statements, especially directives. So that's why it's a long, lengthy series, guys. You should have some patience. That's why I'm trying to plan and deliver as a step by step. Based on this, you maybe get some delay. Please try to accept my delays. But my intention is I want to give a best of best series in a basic level to advanced level. That's why. But trust me, I already promised we are going to rock the scripting. We highly concentrate. Even we have a defined projects in the Groovy pipelines. Once you understand the entire Groovy syntaxes, like a closures, also a basic idea about object-oriented programming, and also collections and exception handling, and arrays and strings and file handling, regular expressions, like you need to integrate all the things into the pipeline. It is not simply like a start with the pipeline, end with the pipeline, simply stage name, steps, small script over. No, you need to understand various DSL syntaxes, and also importance of the Groovy, in which situation we are going to go. That's why why the companies are mixing the pipelines, like they use a combination of declarative and the pure Groovy, right? Why? That's why complex application pipelines are there. Declarative pipeline, they not it's not fit for that. That's we need to understand what are the various scenarios are there. Then if I'm a beginner into the Jenkins, how to interact with the Jenkins, either Jenkins CLI and a Jenkins API, and Jenkins CLI. What is a CLI? How to interact with the CLI? If you are working in a corporate world, some applications, some projects may not allow you to interact with your Jenkins UI. Then you need to know how to interact with your Jenkins through CLI commands. So Jenkins CLI is a command line utility. You need to know how to run it. So that's while running the pipeline script, it will demonstrate, it will ask you, it will identify you. Hey, please try to follow some rules, some rules are defined by your administrator. If those administrators are not properly defined, you cannot run some scripts. That's what are those scripts, what are those administration topics, what are those various secrets are there, how to run the scripts under uh, remotely, like how to run the scripts locally and remotely. That's why first understand the vocabulary. Without understanding all these things, simply open it. There is a 5 stages or 20 stages or 30 stages and 40 stages. What is used within 30 minutes? If I upload a video, over, checkout straight to the Kubernetes cluster, and after that Grafana and ELK and Splunk also integrated. Then what is used? Sorry, what is used? You have to write down handy scripts. So you have to understand the pipeline scripts. That's why most of the guys are failing to understand the Groovy scripts. If you go to the project environment, complex scripts will be there, right? That's why solid foundation you require on the Groovy, and also you need a principles. You need to understand various keywords. That's why first understand the things. That's why this is a big and lengthy series. We are going to deliver as a series of uh, various topics from the basic to the advanced, and in the directions I may get some, or you may get some delays from me. Please try to excuse, but definitely I'm trying to unlock all the Jenkins secrets with the lots of series. Where our vision is how to understand the Groovy, how to implement the Groovy, what are the various DSL statements. Trust me, almost all hundreds of 100 plus DSL statements we are going to cover with the basic syntaxes as well as complex. So for complex, I will try to deliver as a 30 minutes or 40 minutes scripts also. You need some patience. So without further delay, let's join into the next video where we'll try to start our discussion.